I heard this fascinating story. It was more just talking about the results of a study that were done some years ago involving mice. And unfortunately for mice, they are the subject of a lot of studies, and it doesn't always end well for mice. So, if you're a huge fan of mice and don't like to hear that bad things happen to mice, you should probably just move on to something else. Anyway, the long and the short of it is this that scientists were curious about mice treading water, but it's deeper than that. So, and I don't, whether it actually worked out this way, who's to say? But the story goes like this. These scientists dropped a group of mice, this first group of mice, into a bucket of water, see how long they could swim for. And they swam for about 5 minutes. And then, unfortunately, they stopped swimming. So it's kind of the end of the line for that group of mice. The next group, since they had a baseline of how long the mice would swim for, about a minute before they would normally give up, they took the mice out and they were very kind to them. They sort of petted them, they said kind, nice things to them, and then they put those mice back in. And you know how long they swam for then? Hours. They swam for hours. So it's fascinating that the first group, after just 5 minutes, they gave up. But then, but then, they lasted hours and hours and hours because they had belief that there was an end in sight, that there was a shoreline, that rescue, reprieve was possible. Now, whether that continues and would hold up in a lab over and over again, who knows? But it's beside the point because you can see this kind of thing play out all the time, every single day in other people and in yourself. The idea is this. Most of us, we don't run out of energy. We run out of belief. We don't give up. We don't wave the white flag or throw in the towel because we physically can't do it anymore. We stop because something inside of us decides, "No, this isn't going to work. It's not going to happen." And once we make that decision, no matter how capable we really are, we stop swimming. Think about your own life. Think about you, the things you've tried to do where it just didn't work out, where you abandoned the plan, you quit the goal. Where did you stop? Not necessarily where you failed or where you lost, where you withdrew. Where'd you say, maybe you didn't, obviously, you probably didn't say it out loud or announce it, but inside you said, what's the point? Why am I even doing this? Why did I think it would work in the first place? Every time you and I, anybody, is doing something that is meaningful, really anything meaningful, we're operating on four things. There's a reason, there's a path, there's proof, and we have support. You take one of those things away, and things start to get a little shaky. You take two of those things away, and that's when, we start to drift off course and lose the purpose. You take three away, and it's over. And this is what happens with our finances all the time. But you can map this just about anywhere. Map it on your diet, your exercise program. But let's stick with money for a second. I just need to budget better. No, you don't. You need belief that budgeting matters. You need to believe that your actions today will actually change your future. Because if you don't believe that, why would you even bother? It's the same thing in most anything that you are doing. If you are trying to start something entrepreneurial or just get something going for yourself, you have something that you're interested in doing, you want to be a leader, you want to have influence. We don't give up on it because the work is too hard. We give up on it because we haven't seen the evidence that if we stick to this, that it's actually going to work. We haven't had that moment where the scientist pulls us out and says, "Hey, buddy, you're doing a great job. It's going to be okay. You're going to make it to the other side. You never make it to that first win, that moment where you realize that, this is real. This is the turning point. So the question is not, why'd you stop? The better question is, was the belief that made you stop, was it really true? Or was it just a function of it was an untested belief, not challenged? It's just more kind of convenient. I think that there's good news in here somewhere. And that good news is that you don't need to transform your entire life overnight. You don't need to become a brand new version of you, George 2.0, whatever it might be. You don't need to suddenly become a different person. You just need to take one small step, one positive action, and that one little step is proof that says, I'm still in this. I'm still in the fight. And once you do that, you're not drowning anymore, then you're still swimming. So what I advocate that you do is you ask yourself, as I ask myself all the time, where have I stopped swimming? And what's the smallest possible way that I could get back in the water? I can get back in the game. I can get back on path, on track to lose the weight that I wanted, to get out of debt, to learn how to do X, Y, or Z, to start doing ABC. Because the person that believes there's no shoreline is gonna sink, no matter how strong that person is. The one who believes there is, well, they're going to hang in there and endure the discomfort and the pain long enough to find it. You make the decision that you want to do something, that's awesome. I know that goal setting it's a modern form of alchemy where we can sit back and imagine any potential future, anything at all. And then we can make plans, we can execute those plans, and we bring that desired future into our current reality. That's amazing. But that's not enough because we need those other links in the chain. You need proof. You need to see other people that have done it. If that person, if that guy or that gal can do it, well, then I can do it too. That some other human being has done it before. Think about the 4 minute mile. It was impossible until one person did it. Roger Bannister did it. And then in the next subsequent years, dozens of people did it. And now I run 4 minute miles all the time. That's not true. That's not true at all, but you get the idea. And then we need support. We need the reminder, hey, you can do this. It's hard. Nobody said it was going to be easy. You just got to keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. So, if there was something that was really important, that you said you really wanted to do, and that you really believed that you wanted to do it, figure out what that one little action is for you to get back in the water. Take that next step. I think that we all have those things inside of us, and whether or not it's going to change the world, that doesn't matter at all. The scale of it doesn't matter. But it's something that you want to do. And I think it's a sad thing when there are things that we know that we want to do and that we really believe that we want to do, but for whatever reason, we've just stopped swimming. So it would make me happy, and I think you happy as well, if you figured out what that next beneficial step is, or whatever, just the next step, and to start taking it. Because the world needs more of what you have to offer. The world needs you to do your part by doing your best.